Hello there, I hope you're enjoying your day so far. Thank you so much for joining us on K24 Newscut as we give you the latest updates from across the country. My name is Harriet Chimeno. Our sign language interpreter is Margaret Nyambura. Now, impeached Deputy President Gachagua appeared before a three-judge bench at the Milimani Law Courts today in response to an application challenging the stay orders that prevent nominated Deputy President Kithure Kindiki from resuming office. Now, the judges are set to resume at 2 p.m. as the country awaits to hear the validity of the court to hear the impeachment case. And of course, we have Amwai Brian ready to give us the latest update on that front. Amwai.
All right, Chimea, just like you put it, of course, we are here to hear for the hearing, rather, of the case challenging the stay orders that were issued by a court. Staying that is the swearing in of Deputy President-elect, and that is Kithure Kindiki. But today there's been a back and forth here in the corridors of justice, especially here at Milimani Law Courts, where that particular exercise was supposed to happen after the petitioners stood to question the legality and the constitutionality of the bench that was listening to this particular case. Of course, it was a three-judge bench led by Justice Eric Ogola, Freda Mugambi, and Anthony Murima, who have now, after that back and forth when it comes to whether they were properly constituted when it comes to listening to this particular matter, when the petitioners actually did raise to question if the Deputy Chief Justice has powers to be able to constitute a bench that will be able to listen to this particular matter, saying that it is only the Chief Justice that has those powers to be able to do that, but this bench was constituted by the Deputy Chief Justice. So they were seeking clarity on this matter and asking the bench to give them time to be able to file that and seek clarification on this particular matter before it continues. And if at all they ascertain that the bench was legally constituted, then the matter will be able to continue. But if it was not legally constituted or properly constituted as it's supposed to be by the Chief Justice, then the petitioners wanted the bench to be able to recuse themselves from this particular matter, and so that a proper process, a due process is actually takes place as far as the hearing is concerned. They are raising issues to do with whether this will be a fair hearing or not, and if at all there was this quickness when it comes to constituting a bench within this particular period of time, mentioning from Friday all the way to Saturday, considering the fact that courts do not sit during a weekend and also holidays. Those are some of the things that were brought forward as far as this is concerned, with some of them and most of them, some of them rather, raising questions and not feeling like they're going to receive justice for the petitioner. And also there's just quite a number of cases that have been filed, of course, and the team that is representing Deputy President Gachagua has been able to now start accusing the courts of bias as far as this case is concerned, saying that some of the cases that have been chosen and received this particular direction to be able to have a hearing are cases that have conservatory orders and preventing the execution of the resolutions that have been arrived by the Senate, and not the cases that were filed by the petitioners. So Deputy President Gachagua and his team have raised a lot of questions, saying that we have our cases in court that we have not gotten any direction on, and we are still waiting for that particular communication. We've not been able to get that. So how is it that the government has been able to get direction on a stay order that had been issued by the Kerugoya court? So those are some of the things that have been playing in the corridors of justice. The matter that was supposed to be listened to today has not even started, because the issue of whether this bench was properly constituted has come out. Now the judge, the bench rather did direct that this particular matter be filed again, so that we get to see clarity within 2 hours, and they'll be back at 2 p.m. to listen to the matter and ascertain whether it was properly constituted or not properly constituted. If it was not properly constituted, then we are going to get a direction as far as this is concerned. All right, back to you.
Well, thank you, Mwai, for following up on that case. And of course, as you've heard from him, you'll get a comprehensive update, not only on our subsequent bulletins, but at 2 p.m. when the three-judge bench will resume to hear the validity on hearing the impeachment case. Now, Majority Leader of Parliament Kimani Ichung'wah has defended the new Social Health Insurance Fund, advocating for its widespread adoption among Kenyans. Speaking in Rabai constituency, Kilifi County, Ichung'wah noted, or rather emphasized, the shift's affordability and accessibility, highlighting the reduced premiums compared to the previous National Health Insurance Fund. He also addressed concerns about unequal contributions, noting that the revised law requires a more equitable system. Ichung'wah urged Kenyans to disregard misleading information and embrace SHIF as a critical solution to healthcare challenges in the community.
Matibabu yako ukienda kwa hospitali kupewa huduma, ile Social Health Insurance Fund kupitia kwa fund ambayo inaitwa Chronic Critical and Emergency Fund itakutibu saratani, ikutibu kisukari, ikutibu emergency kama ajali bila malipo yoyote. Kubali kupotoshwa na zile siasa duni, siasa ambazo ni za uchochezi. Tujisajili kwa Social Health Insurance Fund ili tupate huduma za afya.
Tuko na national school, alafu walimu, wanafunzi wanaingia vumbi wakienda Ribe Boys. Ni aibu si aibu? Wajua shule yake local. Ile Alliance watoto wametaka kwenda ni shule yake ya kijijini kule kwao. Ile Kambe secondary tuko nayo hapa ndio hiyo ya kwao ya Alliance. Barabara iwekwe lami siwekwe. Barabara ya Kambe Ribe kutoka Ribe High School mpaka Pangani iwekwe lami siwekwe.
Now, impeached Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua appeared before a three-judge bench at the Milimani Law Courts on Tuesday in response to an application challenging the stay orders that prevent nominated Deputy President Kithure Kindiki from resuming office. Gachagua's legal team spent considerable time seeking clarification from the bench regarding how the case should proceed, as the judges noted they had not received all the necessary petitions. Earlier, President Ruto, through his lawyer Kamotho, had said, or rather urged, as the judges noted that they had not received all the necessary petitions. Now, President Ruto, through his lawyer Adrian Kamotho, opposed the hearing, arguing that only the Supreme Court has jurisdiction.
Because the issue of how this bench was empaneled has not come to light just now. They actually knew of it, and or should have, they would have found out the letter which was written this morning, which we have, it was received on it was written on the 20th of October, as actually one pertinent question disposed whether the file was actually taken to the Chief Justice and at what time. Where was the Chief Justice? So, they are actually knowing something regarding that. Then we are dealing with constitutional functions under Article 165(4), which means they were saying only the Chief Justice can constitute this bench. So, they actually knew how the bench was constituted, and then possibly the only reason we should be given is why the file was taken to the CJ, possibly because of the absence of the Chief Justice. They will have to take themselves to why we have the Chief Justice being the head of the judiciary and the Deputy Chief Justice being the deputy head of the judiciary. In the absence, that's what the Constitution provides. In the absence of the Chief Justice, it is the Deputy Chief.
Just for that, now the National Disaster Operations Center has initiated a comprehensive partnership with county governments to strengthen disaster preparedness and response strategies across the country. Speaking in Kilifi County, stakeholders led by the Kenya Red Cross Society, county governments, Ministry of Interior and National Government Coordination plan to start civic education and risk detection programs, especially in areas prone to natural calamities such as drought and floods, to minimize damages and loss of lives.
wale wageni, wale ufika, wale wenyeji.
We've been facing 5 to 6 failed seasons of drought that affected several number of people, over 5 million people who had been affected by drought, and we were having counties that were facing famine or near famine in emergency phases, and some levels of acute malnutrition having been very high.
Climate change is real, and the two disasters, floods and drought, will continue to become a challenge. And the reason why we are here today is to prepare ourselves for this. At times also we have multi-hazards. Uko na drought, alafu inaongezeka pia wananchi wanapigana over pasture, over water na vitu kama hizo. So sisi where we are in the national government, we want to work with the county government and see how we can prepare ourselves.
Lazima tuwe na mbinu za kuhakikisha ya kwamba tumejitayarisha iwapo kutakuwa na majanga yote, na nafikiri mumesikia yule bwana Wanyweiki alivyozungumza utayarishaji wetu. Tuangalie hali ya anga, tuangalie tusiingie katika vyombo ambavyo havijapitishwa kwamba viko salama.
In a move to combat the rising number of cancer cases in Kenya, RFH Healthcare is offering free cancer screenings across all its branches in Nairobi. Facilities Group Managing Director Dr. Maxwell Okoth emphasizes the importance of early diagnosis in preventing life-threatening cancers, as he encourages regular health checkups and annual cancer screenings. As part of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the hospital is intensifying efforts to educate the public about cancer prevention and the importance of regular screenings.
Dealing with gastritis and you don't know. Today as RFH, we are offering free cancer screening across most of our branches, and this is going to continue for a very long time, so that we just be aware and conscious of our body, so that in case of anything, you are able to pick these things early, diagnose them early, and treat them early, and be able to live. We are partnering with institutions in Turkey. We have partnerships with Indian doctors, just to bring that knowledge transfer where we don't have the capacity. And of course, we have our Kenyan doctors who will also be able to relate in this knowledge transfer to be able, we are bringing the India that Kenyans are going to India for, we are bringing it locally. And while doing it locally, we're also transferring this knowledge to local Kenyan doctors so that we'll be able to have a sustainable way of controlling this. Kenya is a powerhouse in medical sector. We believe that we can be the center of medical tourism in East and Central Africa.
And other cancer that we see commonly here is esophageal cancer, because most of the time it is related to diet, using contaminated food, it can lead to esophageal cancer. We see few colon cancers and stomach cancers also. And pancreatic cancer also is very common, and these patients present mostly when they're advanced or stage 4 disease. And among the hematological disorders, we see a lot of lymphoma patients, both Hodgkin's and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. A lot of multiple myeloma patients come, and we do see few patients of acute leukemias. And in the pediatric age group, we see rhabdomyosarcomas, which are soft tissue sarcomas. We see leukemias, and we see Hodgkin's lymphoma.
In a groundbreaking medical achievement, an 11-year-old boy from Kiambu County has been given a new lease on life following a successful 5-hour surgery at Gatundu Level 5 Hospital. The complex procedure, which involved a nerve transplant and a tendon transfer, was performed to repair a serious humerus fracture in his left arm, restoring its functionality and preventing permanent disability. The historic procedure, a first of its kind in the county, has marked a significant milestone in the advancement of healthcare in Kiambu.
A fracture of the humerus, the arm, which resulted in an injury to the nerve, which affected his function in the hand. So he was not able to lift his hand up and his fingers. So the surgery we performed was nerve transfer to give him function in the hand. We did a nerve transfer, which is a transfer from one nerve that is functioning to the nerve that is not working. So we transferred from the median nerve to the radial nerve, and we're able to give him function, so he's able to now raise his hand and also the fingers. And we're also able to do tendon transfer, where we take one tendon that is working and transfer it to what was not working. So if this surgery had not happened, he would have loss of function in his hand. He would not be able to do many activities. He would not be able to lift anything, or even just writing would be difficult. So in a child who's 11 years old, it's very important that we're able to restore that.
When it comes to injuries like these, hand injuries, you can imagine how they can change the outlook and life of such a young child. So we are humbled and quite honored to have been given the opportunity to help him get his life. Now, we also wish to really thank the very welcoming team at Katundu Level 5 Hospital. We have felt fully supported. I think the theatres have run very efficiently, and I'm sure that our patient is very thankful for the hard work that has been put in.
Well, on that note, we take our very first break. More stories to come. Do stay with us.